I've been in a bit of a mani rut lately, so this mani is actually inspired by some nail art stickers that I found in my stash. I completely forgot I had these because I have too much stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. But I just love how these are winter themed stickers without that traditional winter colors. So I just love the bright, fun colors of this. And I know I've been using a lot of gel lately, so I figured in this video I'd show you how I encapsulate nail art stickers without using any gel in case you're not a gel user or you can't use gels. So if you want to see my process for this mani, stick around and we'll get into it. I wanted to find colors that would match the colors of the snowflakes in the nail art stickers that I would be using. So I did pick out these two dips from Dipp'd. They are a bit of older colors, so they're not new releases. So the two colors I picked, the first one is Royalty in Disguise, which is actually a re-release, I believe, but this is a beautiful, solid neon purple color. And then I also picked Totally Teal, which is obviously a teal color, but it's got the most beautiful shimmer to it. I love these colors separately, but they are even more beautiful paired together. I'll also be using my double dipped dip liquids. Ignore the state of my bottles. These are well loved because they are some of my favorite liquids. And if you are interested in purchasing anything from Double Dipped, I do have ambassador code. You can use code Purplicious18 to save 18% off your orders. And I don't receive anything from that. It's just a discount code to share with you. I'm going to be starting with Royalty in Disguise because that's my only solid, and that's going to go on my thumb and index finger. And then on my middle finger, I'm going to do a ombre. So it's going to be a vertical ombre with Royalty in Disguise and Totally Teal. So it's going to be a little bit more of a simpler mani because I think I talked about it before of sometimes I just think I overcomplicate things. And I don't know what it is, but I have been in such a rut these past couple of months. I don't know if it's the weather changing or if it's just that things have been super busy at work and I'm not in the right headspace, but I am having the hardest time overcoming my rut. I still really love to create these videos, and so hopefully it's providing value to you all. I love doing tutorials, and of course I love doing my nails. It's my me time, it's my creative outlet, it's a way for me to de-stress. But then at the same time, I stress myself out because I can't come up with any good ideas, and then I'm worried my manis aren't going to be good enough, and I'm not going to provide value to you, and I just get in my head way too much. I don't know, am I the only one that does that? In the meantime, I'm still just trying to push through, so I'm doing my manis, I'm creating these videos, I'm doing reels when I get a chance, hoping that it's something that will just pass. But thank you so much for continuing to be here, for hanging out with me and supporting me. It means the world to me. But back to my actual mani, I finished with my first layer, I dusted off the excess powder, and even though this is a neon purple, you can see that I experienced no staining, which is awesome. So I'm moving on to my second layer, which will be my final layer of color, and then of course I will cap everything in clear per my normal process. So I did miss a little bit of spots on my nails. So for my second layer, I'm just going to make sure that I've got my entire nail covered, and I'm definitely getting those spots that I missed with the dip base on my first layer because I do want to only do 2 layers of my color. So I'm just being very careful, taking my time, making sure I've got my entire nail covered, and then I will dip into my color, and I'll do the same for my index finger as well. For my 2 nails with Royalty in Disguise, I went ahead and capped them in clear and activated them off camera. Even though I'm not working with a glitter, Totally Teal is just a shimmer, I decided to go ahead and do that. So now I'm working with Totally Teal. So this is going to go on my ring finger and pinky. So I'm really concentrating on my full solid nails first, and then once I'm done with those, I will go ahead and do my ombre on my middle finger, which is going to be an ombre of Royalty in Disguise with Totally Teal. And you can see Totally Teal is actually pretty opaque with just one dip. I do 2 dips anyway because I find that the double dipped dip powders are a bit thinner, so I do want to make sure I have enough thickness. So I will do 2 total dips for both my ring finger and pinky, but as far as opaqueness, I didn't need the 2 dips for that. If you love the color teal, you definitely need this dip in your life. It is so beautiful with the shimmers. It has great opacity and it's just so easy to work with. I mean, it went on buttery smooth. I'm going to wait to cap my Totally Teal nails and clear until I'm done with my ombre as well. So for my ombre, I went ahead and made sure that everything was laid out because dip base isn't air dry. So I want to make sure that I'm working as quickly as possible. So I laid out my dips in the order that I'm going to be using them because I don't want to accidentally put the wrong color on the wrong side of my nail because that has happened before. So I applied my dip base. I'm dipping my eyeshadow brush in Royalty in Disguise. That's the one I'm starting with. And I'm just tapping starting at my skin and then slowly moving towards the center of my nail, rotating my finger. So I want the most amount of powder at my sidewall closest to my index finger and then have it fade towards the center of my nail. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to tap off the excess powder and then I'm going to do the same thing for Totally Teal. So I'm dipping my eyeshadow brush into Totally Teal and then I'm tapping on that powder on the rest of the wet dip base. I mean, really, the Royalty in Disguise is already laid. I could just dip the rest of my finger in, but then I could risk contaminating my jar of Totally Teal, which is why I'm using the eyeshadow brush. Because these are such bold colors, I didn't want to contaminate the jars with them, so I took a lint-free wipe and I tapped off the excess powder on that, and that way I'm not mixing the powders in their jars. For my second layer, I'm going to reverse the order of the colors I use just to provide a more seamless blend of the colors on the middle of my nail. So I'm applying a thin, even layer of dip base to my entire nail. And this time I'm going to start with Totally Teal, tap that on my sidewall area closest to my ring finger, gently rotating my finger towards the center. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to tap off the excess powder. And then I will do the same thing for Royalty in Disguise. I'll take my eyeshadow brush and tap on the Royalty in Disguise on the rest of my nail. And then I'll use that lint-free wipe to tap off the excess powder so that I'm not contaminating the jars with each other's colors. I only do 2 layers with my ombre, but if you want to do 3, 4, however many after that, you would just continue to keep rotating the colors. So if I were to do a 3rd layer, I would start with Royalty in Disguise and then do Totally Teal. 4th layer, start with Totally Teal and do Royalty in Disguise, and so on and so forth. And that way, it just blends a little bit better rather than starting with the same color each time. I capped everything in clear with my double dipped clear, activated, filed, and buffed off camera. So here's how the Mani's looking. So now we're gonna get into these stickers. So these stickers I got from iGel Beauty maybe a year or 2 ago, which is why I forgot about them, but I just thought they were the prettiest blend of colors. And I love that they kind of have that ombre effect on some of the stickers. So I also have these nail art tweezers that have like this silicone end to help rub in and press down those stickers. So that's what I'm gonna be using. Now, I do find when I'm using nail art stickers, they adhere best to a clean, dry surface. So I don't want like gel base or any kind of tacky layer because I don't find that the nail art stickers adhere well. I need a dry surface. So these stickers are super thin. I end up actually ripping a couple trying to get them off the sheet because they are just so thin. So you have to be really careful when you're working stickers because they are delicate, because obviously you don't want to see like lines on your nails. You kind of want them to be seamless. So I'm trying to be really careful. And so I've got this one sticker and I do want it kind of on the side of my nail because it's a half snowflake. So I'm just trying to line it up, get it positioned to where I want it. I'm making sure I'm only lightly putting it on my nail. I don't want to press down and rub it in until I know it's where I want it, because once it's on your nail, it's going to be stuck and you're going to have to buff it off, which means you lose that sticker. So I'm just being really careful about my placement first before I go ahead and use that silicone end of the tweezers to rub in the sticker and make sure that it's fully adhered to my nail. One sad thing that I learned is as I started rubbing down the sticker, making sure it was fully adhered to my nail using that silicone end of the tweezers, I noticed that I started to rub off the colors of the sticker, which made me so sad. I didn't realize it would do that. I think maybe just because they're older stickers. So for the other stickers I use, I learned my lesson. I just made sure that I was patting down rather than rubbing on. I just took some scissors and trimmed off the excess sticker because I do have shorties at the moment and I don't want any sticker hanging off my nail. Now I need to encapsulate the stickers because I do want to use my Dipp'd top coat and I don't want to use gel. So I could use my dip base and clear dip powder and encapsulate in clear dip powder, but I decided for this mani I would use my Maniology No Smudge Top Coat. I love this top coat. It's very quick drying and it's really great at protecting those stickers. If I didn't encapsulate my stickers in something and just went straight in with my activator for my Dipp'd top coat, it would melt the stickers because the stickers are so delicate. So you want to make sure that you're protecting your stickers with whatever you do. Now, if I were using gel, I would just go in with my gel base, cure that for 30 seconds, and then use my gel top coat, and that would be all done. But because I didn't want to use gel, I need to use something to put on top of those stickers. Once my smudge-free top coat is fully dry, which it's really quick, so at the most maybe 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my activator, getting ready for my Dipp'd top coat. Now, I don't want to disrupt that smudge-free top coat, so I don't want to drag my activator brush on my nail. I'm just very lightly running that brush on top of the top coat just to make sure that I'm not disrupting that smudge-free top coat. And then I'm going to wait a full 2 minutes for my activator to dry before I go in with my Dipp'd top coat. As always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil. This is in a new scent that's coming on December 17th on Grinch mode. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on this. So December 17th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget you can always use my ambassador code GENIE10 to save 10% off your orders. And here we are with the finished look, just a non-traditional winter mani inspired by some nail art stickers that I completely forgot I had. And I wanted to show you different methods on how to do things. So with this mani, we didn't use any gel at all. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this. And it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.